Hi, my name is Amy. I am co-owner and hairstylist at Little Trimmers Hair Studio. This is my daughter Sophia. She's going to be my model today. And my son Giovanni is doing the filming and editing at Giovanni Photography. Today we are going to be teaching a Dutch braid, or also known as an inside out braid. I suggest you put your model in a comfy chair with the back, watching a movie, playing games, something like that, so they're comfortable. You're going to need a comb and elastic or hair tie for this braid. I like to section my model's hair in 2 sections. It's easier to learn on. There's not so much hair to grab. If your model has tons and tons of hair, you're welcome to even section another time. Once your hair is sectioned into 2 sections, I grab the first section. I make a little triangle. My model has bangs, so I just leave her bangs out, but if your model does not have bangs, you're welcome to just grab that whole little front section, about 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick. I grab the hair in a fist with my hand up this time, resting in between my thumb and index and middle and ring. I don't want it too far off the scalp because I don't want to lose direction or make my braid too loose, and I want it to be easy to grab my next section. When I start off, I'm going to use my right hand and make a little pincher here. I'm going to pinch that in between my index and middle, and then I'm going to grab my middle section with my index and thumb, turn, and then rest my first section in between my ring and middle. This is going to seem kind of complicated, but once you get the finger placements, you'll be fine. So now I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to use my other hand this time, my left hand, and I'm going to make my pincher. I'm going to grab that middle section that we turned with my thumb and index, and then turn my hand and rest it in between my middle and ring, so my palm is always facing upwards. Once I got that started, I can start adding some hair. So I'm going to grab a small section, and you're always going to be adding to the ring and middle finger. So I added some. I'm going to get my pincher. I'm pinching, grabbing my middle section with my thumb and index, spinning my hand, and then letting the other section rest between my middle and ring. And then that's my section I add to. So I'm going to grab a small section, adding to my middle and ring finger, and then I'm going to get my pinchers, pinch, grab middle section with my thumb and index, turning my hand, and then resting that section in between my ring and middle, adding another section, pinching, grabbing, resting. So now I'm going to grab another section. It's kind of a big section. Let's make that a little smaller. You can use a comb to straighten this up, but we're just practicing right now, so it doesn't have to look perfect. Now we're going to use our pincher, kind of turning and grabbing with my thumb and index the middle section, and while my hand is turning, I'm resting that in between my ring and middle, adding to my ring and middle, and then I'm going to be pinching, grabbing, resting, adding, get my pinchers out, grabbing with my thumb and index, turning my hand, and we're alternating that all the way down. So adding, getting my pincher, grabbing that middle section, turning my hand. It's okay if it's a little lumpy. We're going to go back through and kind of make that braid really pop out. So I added, pinched, turning and grabbing, resting right here. We're going to add, pinching, grabbing with my thumb and index, turning my hand, resting in between that middle and ring. Adding again, pinching, grabbing, turning, pinching, grabbing, turning. You can see a braid already forming there. My daughter has an undercut, so we're not going to be going all the way down, so I can end it here, but I'm going to keep going. Just go with the curvature of your model's head all the way down to the bottom. I like to keep practicing that technique so that way you really understand what the technique is. So it's pinching this middle finger with the index, resting, pinching, grabbing that middle section with your thumb and index, relaxing between middle and finger, pinching that section, grabbing, resting, pinching, grabbing, resting, alternating each time all the way down. Once you reach the bottom, we're going to go back through your braid and make sure it looks really nice. Mine looks a little lumpy. Let's see. So I'm going to add my hair tie. And then you kind of just go through and kind of pull on the braid, and it will help some of those sections there. But you can see it makes a really nice braid sitting on top of the head instead of it being under. Well, that's it. That's a Dutch braid or inside out braid. Please don't get discouraged. Practice, practice, practice. Can't wait to see your photos. I have been loving all the French braid photos.
Remember to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. Bye guys!